Welcome everyone to FIU's 6th Annual Hemispheric Security Conference. My name is Brian Fonseca. I'm director of the Jack D. Gordon Institute for Public Policy in the Stephen J. Green School of International and Public Affairs, and I'm honored to serve as your MC for the week. Before we get started, I want everyone to know that this conference will have live simultaneous translations in English, Spanish, and Portuguese. To go to your preferred language, please at the bottom, click the interpretation tab and you should be able to click your language. If you have any questions, please click the Q&A tab on the bottom as well. And the moderators throughout the week will start weaving in your questions. We'll also be streaming today's panels live on Facebook at our Facebook page at Gordon Institute. And of course, all of the sessions this week will be uploaded to the FIU YouTube page. And so you'll be able to come back to these sessions throughout the week. Now it is my honor to welcome and introduce Dr. John F. Stack, the founding dean of the Stephen J. Green School of International and Public Affairs, and my boss. Dean John Stack holds a joint appointment as Professor of Politics and International Relations and Professor of Law. Dean Stack, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Brian. I'm thrilled to be here with you for this year's conference, which has become an important annual gathering of the top minds in hemispheric security and defense matters. Today, we will discuss some of the most pressing security issues affecting the hemisphere, from traditional security threats such as combating illicit trafficking and conflict to the changing role of militaries in the region, the impact of COVID-19 on regional stability, and the impending challenges associated with climate change. Of course, COVID-19 has had a profound impact on the world. The socioeconomic and security issues stemming from the pandemic will reverberate around the hemisphere for years to come. We are fortunate to have Dr. Anthony Fauci with us this week to discuss. I am certain that the crisis in Venezuela will come up throughout the day. The situation in Venezuela is dire, and the impacts of the political and humanitarian crisis extends well beyond Venezuela. As you know, South Florida is home to the largest Venezuelan diaspora community in the United States, many of whom attend our university. I know that many in this room are dedicated to the peaceful solution to the crisis that will alleviate suffering of the Venezuelan people and restore the democratic rule of law. You can count on FIU furthering its commitment in offering such venues for the open discussion of Venezuela's future. In March, the House Foreign Affairs Committee held its first hearing of the new Congress on Venezuela to illustrate the importance that it has on our community. I am proud that we have 2 of the 4 members that testified in that hearing with us this week, including one of FIU's own. It is critical that we continue deepening our understanding of the evolving and complex political and security environments in this hemisphere, and of course, its impact on the citizens of the region. So FIU's charge is to continue encouraging a dialogue dedicated to advancing the hemispheric security and stability. I want to thank you all for being here. It is now my honor to introduce the 5th president of Florida International University, Dr. Mark B. Rosenberg.
Good morning, everybody. Really happy that you're all with us. Thank you for your connection to our Green School of International and Public Affairs, and thank you for your connection to our FIU. This 6th Annual Hemispheric Security Conference comes at a very important time in the evolution of our hemisphere. A change in leadership in the United States, significant developments worldwide, a global pandemic. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot we got to cover in the next couple of days. As Dr. Stack mentioned, we're honored to have Dr. Anthony Fauci with us during this gathering. He's a household name, as you know, and with good reason, because Dr. Fauci has been a guiding light for our nation and the world during the deadliest pandemic in the century. So we want to thank Dr. Fauci for his participation. We're also pleased that Lieutenant General Andrew Croft from U.S. Southern Command, Admiral Craig Fowler, Commander of the U.S. Southern Command, Ambassador Jean Main, Civilian Deputy to the Commander and Foreign Policy Advisor at the U.S. Southern Command, Juan Gonzalez, Special Assistant to President Biden and NSC Senior Director for the Western Hemisphere, Anthony Philip Spence, Ambassador of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago to the United States, Epsy Campbell Barr, Vice President of Costa Rica, and Dan Erickson, Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Western Hemispheric Affairs Policy. They're going to be with us, and so many more. Last year, the first time this event went virtual, we reached more than 2,000 attendees from more than 33 countries around the world. The hunger for information, the hunger for thoughtfulness, the need for hearing from knowledgeable individuals has never been greater. And that's why this conference is now considered a landmark gathering when it comes to the analysis of security issues in this hemisphere. This year, with our co-hosts at the Atlantic Council's Adrian Arsh Latin American Center and America Society Council of the Americas, and with the support of the U.S. Southern Command, we are bringing together a range of international experts to discuss the issues that are crucial to the security landscape of our Western Hemisphere. And with this conference, our university once again reaffirms our commitment to continue engaging with Latin America and the Caribbean. You see, our hemispheric commitment is part of our DNA. It's a founding principle of our public university. We are nearly 60,000 students today at our FIU, 1,800 faculty members. We are a proud research university that is very much committed to being a solution center, working with you through collaboration for our hemisphere. And we understand that hemispheric security is at stake when democracy becomes undercut by violence and the autocratic temptation. We see this with recent events in Colombia, where aggression on the part of security forces and a small percentage of protesters threatens to undercut that country's reckoning with more than half a century of armed internal conflict. Likewise, the international community has witnessed with much concern the increasing signs of autocratic behavior in the highest echelons of the Salvadoran state. Really, is it acceptable to destroy democracy with the excuse that we're going to try to save it? The separation and independence of the branches of government, and above all, the defense and respect for the rule of law, they're essential for the preservation of a truly democratic republic. Neglecting to uphold these principles, which we hold dear, is nothing but an overt attempt to misuse popular support in favor of non-democratic objectives. I gotta also say that we have hope that Peru will be able to complete its electoral process successfully in the next few weeks. And whatever the outcome, we hope that the winner will have the wisdom and the determination to maintain internal peace and the absolute respect of human rights. Nothing would be more damaging to this great nation than the continuation of political uncertainty and, moreover, the possibility of increased disruptions of the constitutional order in a context of internal strife. And just this weekend, we should welcome the Constitutional Assembly vote in Chile. Look, it's too early to understand really what the definitive conclusions are regarding the way in which the Constitutional Assembly will craft the future of this key actor in our hemisphere, but allow me at a personal level to hope that the new constitution will result in a more just result and more inclusion and prosperity with democratic rule. So during these very challenging times, this gathering gives us a unique opportunity to address so many issues and hopefully find common ground and solutions as we look to the future. Common ground and solutions. Here in South Florida, we pride ourselves on both our demography and our geography. We understand that our demography is our destiny, our geography is our destiny. We value multiculturalism, we value global reach, and we value the deep and intimate connections we have to the entire region. So thank you for being with us and valuing this initiative. We hope that you enjoy this conference, that you get incredible value from it, and I personally look forward to hearing your comments about it afterwards. Thank you. Welcome to the Green School. Welcome to FIU. Thanks so much to our co-sponsors. We're delighted that we can all be here this morning and for the entire week.
Thank you, President Rosenberg. Appreciate you joining us again, as you do every year, to help kick off our Annual Hemispheric Security Conference.